Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is for the Israelites that spread all over the world. This is to gain knowledge and understanding from where you're from and where you're going. So if you like the contents of the videos, subscribe and just sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, wherever we were in the world. So, there's absolutely no doubt. So, yeah, I'm just giving you a wider perspective because you may only see it from a kind of Amerocentric view.
And this is see, I'm glad that you mentioned this because this is the point that I've been making. Now I know people look at the Genesis chapter 15 as the 400-year prophecy, and they look at it from an American standpoint. They look at it when they got to America, but I've been saying this for years that there's been more than just when it comes to the Atlantic slave trade. It's been more than just America. You have a scattered. You had the Arabian, the Arab slave trade. A lot of our people were taken over into the East. You had some, like I said, even with the pipeline that you just mentioned from, Europe to Jamaica and things like that. So my question is, how, as far as the 400-year prophecy, when did you start counting? Since you had these many different slave trades, it's not that we were just sent to one area. You even had some that were sent down into the South Americas before they were even sent to America. So as far as the 400-year prophecy, when do you start counting?
I personally start counting from the 1619-ish because that prophecy is talking about one particular nation. Okay, the nation of Esau, the nation of the eagle. Yeah, and you can follow that nation, that eagle, around the earth. There was the Greek eagle, the Roman eagle, the German eagle, the American eagle. Yeah, the interesting thing.
Egypt also is an eagle too.
Yeah, yeah. And the words. I think it's in Obadiah. I think it's Obadiah where it says, "And though thou exalt themselves." Sorry, I can't remember. It's the one that says, "Set thy nest among the stars." Yeah.
Yeah, that's Isaiah 14.
Right. Okay. I'm not as good as you guys who could just reel off the verses.
That one sticks out to me. Yeah. So
But then think about it. If you believe the moon landing, what was the first words that came from the moon supposedly?
The eagle has landed.
The eagle has. Do you think that's an accidental naming there? It's not. It's them setting their nest among the stars. Yeah. So it's one nation, and before it's the Portuguese doing this and the Arabs doing it, but we're talking about this one particular nation who kicked off this particular slave trade. Yeah, the eagle. One thing that's interesting is that in England, the eagle doesn't figure very much as a symbolism, but what's more prevalent is the griffin. Okay. And a griffin is a mixture of the eagle and the lion. Yeah, this, I found a book from the 1700s, and it was talking about how the rich, call them Jews, but the rich black Portuguese who came over to England, how they fell prey to the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls in England deliberately, so that they would marry, the children would be brought up, would take the mother's name, and the wealth would go from the father to the mother, and literally the children would be brought up as Christians. Okay, it was a plan. That's why I think the symbolism is there to represent this mixing of our nation with the Edomites. Yeah, deliberately. I'm sorry, that's probably off topic. I just just popped into my head.
Speaking of that mixing, I'm seeing more and more of it. As far as I don't look at TV. I have TVs, but I'm not a TV watcher. Pretty much I read, or I actually get my news pretty much from YouTube, from the content creators that's giving information that's pertinent to our people. But this mixing, we're seeing the mixing of the races. This is clearly a no-no. Many of our people are not going to adhere to it, won't hear it, because somehow that is seen as some form of reverse racism when we speak out against our men mixing with other nations and polluting the holy seed. Uh, First of all, we have not understood that we are the holy people and that we are not to mix the holy seed, and there's punishments for that. I've been looking at the news and I'm seeing there's a lot of, we're being killed here in the streets in America on a regular basis. What I've been seeing lately is a lot of our men who are laying down with their enemies, women, or laying down with the heathen. A lot of them are being killed. That's not being brought up. It's just being brought up that, there's a black man has been murdered unjustly, etc. But I'm seeing here lately, over the last several of them, that these have been men who have been polluting their seed, unbeknownst to them. So this mixing is being pushed. I'm here in the South. I'm in South Carolina, and if I'm to go to my local grocery store, this stuff is everywhere. It is everywhere. Mm-hmm. So there's certain things that polluting can't do anything for our people but weaken us as a group. This is my personal view. Many may disagree. Some may see that as a racial statement, so to speak. But I've made it plain to my daughter what the rules are pertaining to that. And I don't consider myself to be a racist. I've read the book. I understood clearly what my responsibilities are as far as what I am to follow and how I'm to run my house. And I adhere to that. I will deal righteously with those who deal righteously with me. And that's that. But we're not to be mixing, and I'm seeing more and more of this. And it's, I think it's doing some damage to us that we're not aware of. Your thoughts?
Absolutely. I'm 100% in agreement with you. And see, there's steps to building the nation up again. And it starts with the black family, so-called black family. I don't even like to use that term, but it starts with the family, rebuilding the family. Our men belong with our women belong with our men, Then once you build the family, then you can build a community. Then once you build a community, you can build a society. Once you build a society, then you can build a nation. So it has to start with the so-called, I'm gonna say Israelite family. That's the only way it can be done. So I'm not a big fan of mixing either, because like I said, when you mixing, you're not keeping that the core. You're not keeping that strong family, the family strong to where the children are being raised by their own and things like that. So I just want to chime in on that. I'm 100% in agreement with you on
that. I understand, but I think in America, the black people seem to stick more together. But in Europe, all the people I know, even including me, we all had different partners from different countries. Because we didn't know. Now we know, but we've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sad because when I went to school here, you can count how many black families was in the school, maybe 5. So you automatically you with the heathens or the different religions of different people, and we didn't know. So we're just like a natural thing, just to date that girl or marry that girl. But now a lot of us are waking up now. But we already mixed already.
I have to hold my hands up as well. I've been married twice and been married to white girls twice now, because as Henry said, I didn't know any better. I've been an atheist for 40 years because religion. No, I'm still anti-religion, but yeah, I didn't want anything to know about it until relatively recently when I decided to actually read the book. But yeah, I didn't know any better. I grew up where Henry could count 5 families. We were the only family within about 15-20 miles. Yeah. That white girls were all I knew. And, since I've understood who I am, literally I've not been in a relationship now for about 3 or 4 years because, I don't come into contact with any sisters. Just lately, a lot of white girls almost throwing themselves at me, it seems, you know, but I'm having to go, you know, no, 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 because now I know, and it's even though I'm tempted a lot of the time, I can't do it.